Let's talk about it. So my lead story tonight is going to be about in Florida about the Blue Origin Glen rocket explosion. It suffered a major setback after its New Glenn rocket exploded during a pre-launch engine test at Cape Canaveral Space Station. And for anybody who may not follow space news closely, Blue Origin is Jeff Bezos' space company. The New Glenn rocket is one of their major heavy lift rockets designed to carry satellites and large payloads out into orbit. This rocket matters because the Blue Origin is not just doing private space exploration or private space experiments anymore. They're connected to satellite projects, commercial space contracts, government missions, and future NASA-related work. So when a rocket like this explodes on the launch pad, it becomes more than just a viral video. It becomes a bigger conversation about, safety, competition, money, deadlines, and the future of private space travel. So according to reports, though, the explosion happened during what is called a static fire test. So the rocket really wasn't launching off. It was still secured to the launch pad, but the engines were being fired to test the system before the actual launch. So this wasn't supposed to be a liftoff. It was supposed to be a controlled test. But instead, that video showed a massive fireball lighting up the launch site. And I got the video for y'all. I'm gonna pull the video up. I see y'all in here watching. Make sure y'all drop some emojis in the comments so I can address y'all while y'all in here. I see the numbers going up. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you share it. Subscribe to my channel. I come here every Sunday night to give y'all the week's, I feel, the most important stories that happen during the week across the world and across the nation. So I'm gonna pull this up so we can watch this explosion. Let's see. Yeah.
Take a look at your screen right now. This is the New Glenn rocket. It exploded during a hot fire test as refueling was happening ahead of a scheduled launch for tomorrow.
This was a massive explosion. As you can see, a big fireball just shot up into the sky. People heard it near and far. We were getting phone calls. They were reporting explosions. People thought they were fireworks. People said they didn't even know what was going on. We were concerned that maybe weather had something to do with this. That is not the case. Blue Origin tweeted earlier tonight, this was an anomaly. This had nothing to do with any lightning. This is an anomaly. They have some work to do to figure out exactly what went wrong in this test today.
Jeff Bezos also tweeting out this statement saying all personnel are accounted for and safe. It is too early to know the root cause, but we are already working to find it. Very rough day, but we'll rebuild whatever needs rebuilding and get back to flying. It's worth it.
And we showed you the video of when the explosion happened. Stuart, people were sending us video from their cell phones. They went to their window, they ran outside, and wherever they were, they stopped what they were doing just to take video of what they were seeing.
This happened around 9 o'clock tonight, so a lot of people were out doing that final walk of the evening, and they started calling our newsroom immediately because they didn't think that there was a planned launch for tonight. There was no planned launch for the night. This is one of those videos that we got from viewers. As you can see how bright it is outside, almost as if the sun is coming up right across the river to the launch pad. Again, no injuries reported because no one was actually over there during this refueling hot fire, but this is going to have implications going forward with NASA, Artemis program, and Blue Origin as a whole.
And we do want to get out live to our crew that's on the ground right now. Patrick Perez is live there on the scene. Patrick, what can you tell us and what are you seeing from where you are?
Well, Michelle, right now we're about 2 minutes away from the Blue Origin facility. We're still trying to get closer to where all of this happened, but wanted to pull over to kind of give you an idea as to what we're hearing from these viewers of ours. We've been hearing from people from Volusia County, obviously in Brevard County, people in Volusia County in Port Orange, for example, saying that they felt this boom. They looked up into the sky. It almost looked like the sun was still setting at 9 p.m. I spoke with a man named George Clippert. He was actually at the Cape Canaveral Hospital with his daughter. They were standing on the helipad. He was trying to show her where exactly he lives in this area and the view from there. When they saw this explosion out in the distance, we've been playing that video for you all night long. He could not believe what he saw. At one moment, he told me over Zoom that he thought we were getting attacked just because of what he had just witnessed.
I've never felt so weird in my life. I thought we were under attack, to be honest with you. It didn't really hit me that it was a rocket until I got in my car and started heading back home, and I watched the orange glow in the sky just kept going over the other way.
People saw this sort of happen. Again, they were driving around. Maybe they were in Volusia County, like I mentioned. They look up in the sky. Suddenly, the sky is orange, even though it's 9 p.m. And then, of course, some felt this boom. I even think I saw a comment, and I think Lindsay mentioned this as well, that someone's Ring doorbell camera, because of the boom, also was activated because of all of this. So no doubt, a lot of people shaken to their core tonight, but especially those who were.
Yeah, y'all. So the newest update is that Reuters is reporting that the Blue Origin could be facing significant delays. Let me remove that from the screen. Significant delays. But they're saying that it could be about 6 months before that they can start rebuilding and get going again. Now, this is not the official timeline for Blue Origin, but it does tell us that situation may be bigger than just like clearing up and trying again next week. There was, let me see if I can find the video that shows like the aerial damage. Hold on, y'all. There was one that I wanted to show y'all. I don't have it, but let me see if I can show y'all this one because I want y'all to see what it actually looked like when it happened. I thought it was
an industry level. Huge concern for people on the ground, the workforce that's there. It's clearly, Kennedy is a very industrial site and knows and understands these things and takes all the precautions, but that's the first critical. I could see, from the story emerging that all personnel have been accounted for. Now it's really just about assessing, I heard mentioned in the last comments, about people in the area, what kind of vapors could have been put out, how far they're going to travel, prevailing winds, and that sort of thing for the community.
Dr.
Thankfully, nobody was hurt. So thankfully, nobody was hurt in that explosion.